Hi, it's Jackie with KickingLash.com, and today I want to talk to you about your eyes and your eyebrows and why the tools that you use are so important. So I've had a few questions about how I draw on my eyebrows or fill in my eyebrows, as it were. I actually have a couple of bald spots. I don't know if you can really see here, where I'm missing actual brow. And a little bit over here. It's not as bad on this one. I actually had a gas stove that blew up in my face when I was little. I was babysitting, and you couldn't see the on and off buttons on the gas stove, and all the gas was turned on. So when I went to make some rockin' Kraft macaroni and cheese for the kids, the fireball just went. It singed all my lashes. It singed my eyebrows. It's a big old mess. So anyway, so I've been dealing with short, pouty lashes and bald spots in my brows since I was a young teen. In any case, because of that, I learned how to play with makeup and fill in those spots and also make it look natural. You don't want that hard, drawn-on line. You want it to look normal. So if you're using a pencil, which I do sometimes, this happens to be Prim, which is a great color for me because it's a light brown, and since I'm obviously not a natural blonde, it works well with my highlights. But this proper is also a great color for brows for you brunettes. So when you're filling in your brows, what you want to do is make sure that your pencil is sharp, and it's got, our sharpener, by the way, leaves a really nice rounded tip like this. You'll see the way it applies. It's not waxy. It's very smooth application. So in any case, with the side of the pencil, not the tip, I'm not drawing, I'm filling, okay? So I'm just gonna lightly cover my brow like this in short little strokes, and you'll see how it fills in, okay? Now obviously I'm not gonna leave it just like this because it's kind of like a little bit of a matted mess. This is where your eyebrow brush comes in, and this thing is awesome. You're going to take your brush and you're just going to do short little strokes to smooth that. And what that does, oops, as I throw it across the room, is it breaks it up and it softens the actual hair of the brow to make it look more natural. So in that spot where I don't actually have any hair, see, I still have color underneath it now. So that's a nice way to fill in, and I'm actually going to add a little extra, which I sometimes have to do there, just to make sure it's filled, okay? So that's how I do with a pencil. If you don't have a brow brush, although I do highly recommend this because the eyelash comb is rocking as well, you can use something like this, which is just a dry mascara brush. This one happens to be MAC number 204, which I like to separate my lashes, but I also like it to comb my brows. So if you prefer a tool like this, this will also work the same for your brows. But you always want to make sure after you use a pencil that you comb that through and give it the natural look. Okay. So now I'm going to show you what I do when I'm using my pigments to fill in my brows. This happens to be Irresistible. It's a nice light brown, and I'm going to use my awesome liner shader brush. Now if I want darker, I'm going to wet my brush and then use it in the pigment. But in this, I just want a nice natural fill, so I'm going to use it dry. So I'm just going to tap my brush inside a little bit. I don't want too much color on there, just enough to sort of fill. And then I'm going to paint it in. And this angled brush does everything. If you're only getting one eyeshadow brush out of the set, although I recommend them all, but if you're getting one, this is the one. It's the most versatile tool. It's great for blending. It's great for application. It's really the best of both worlds. So as you can see, I've just brushed that on there, and it's totally natural. I really like using the pigments for my brows. I find that they work well, and you can go ahead and brush that through as well. It's not gonna hurt anything. And there you go. So the other thing I want to show you, since we're working on our eyes here, is how you use your lash comb. I had a really hard time with it in the beginning when I was trying to get my lashes going. So as you can see, one eye done, one eye not. So we're going to get it done. All right, here we go. Gel, fibers, gel. One in each hand, both tubes at the ready. Okay, so you're going to start with your transplanting gel. And you know me, I do not use regular mascara. I don't know, I just don't. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my first coat on as if it were a mascara. I'm actually going to let this one dry. So I'm going to work that gel right in there and get a good covering on my lashes. There we go. Now, I'm going to show you both methods that I use to separate my lashes. So the first one is, once I get my first coat on, I use my mascara wand. You can use disposable mascara wands. It totally is fine. Just make sure it's dry. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's dry. And you just brush through like this. Separate those lashes. Okay. Pretty easy breezy, right? Okay, see how they're all separated out, no chunks. All right, so now I'm going to do my gel fibers gel. Here we go. Gel. My daughter's watching Toy Story in the background. Gotta love Disney. Actually, my husband's enjoying it too, so. All right, so now that I've got my wet gel on, let me do my dry fibers directly onto my wet gel, matting my fibers down before I apply so that I don't end up with huge chunky monkeys all over. Oh, magic. Oh, I so super love to watch this happen every single time. It never gets old. Never. Never. It never will. Okay, so after I apply these fibers, this is where I use my eyelash comb. You need a metal comb. If you're working with your 3D fiber lashes, you need a metal comb or you need a wand, a dry mascara wand. Don't do plastic. Not worth it. All right, so. Now notice, I'm combing the fibers. I have not put my final coat of gel on. I'm just gently combing those fibers up and making sure that my lashes are beautifully separated. Look how easy that was. Do you see? And then I'm going to put my gel. And it's really amazing when you use either the wand or the comb, how much smoother your application process is and how much more natural your lashes look. You don't end up with that chunky effect, which I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I really like, especially if I'm going on stage to perform. I actually like a chunkier, thicker looking lash. But for my everyday, I don't always want it, so it's good to have options. And tools are so important. All right, I'm gonna do another gel fibers gel just to get a little extra length. Matting those fibers down. There we go. Oops. See, I got a big old chunker there. I'm just going to wipe it back into the tube. No biggie. We'll save that for later. All right. And there, can you see? It's so easy, it's so simple, but again, if you don't have the proper tools, it can ruin the look of your lashes. I actually tried it with a plastic comb before my lash brush came, before my lash comb came. I ripped out eyelashes. It was nasty. No bueno, as we say in this household, even though we're French. There we go. All right, today I am applying some fibers to my bottom lashes, which I don't always do, but today I just wanted to because it was fun. Get rid of my little excess gel on the tip there. Okay. But just be careful not to get too close to the water line, because you don't want to end up with fibers in your eye. But if you do, you won't die. I promise. It's really not that bad. There's no excruciating pain that goes along with it. There's no, I mean, it's uncomfortable, but but the world will not come to an end as you know it. So there we go, gel fibers gel. And this, I'm actually, there. Because I had a little black in there. You see that? And I'm going to do a quick comb through right here. Just to complete. So there we go. There's your eyes. I hope this was a little bit helpful, the difference between your powdered eyebrow fill and your liner eyebrow fill, as well as how to use your brow brush and lash comb, liner shader brush, which is awesome, and if you want, simply just a mascara wand, disposable mascara wand. They all work, but make sure you have the tools that you need to make these looks happen. All right. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you again next time on www.kickinglash.com. Thanks, guys.